Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to Radiating Beauty, where 50 plus means fearless, fabulous, and always glowing. Today's video, we're going to talk about affordable makeup that looks and feels anything but cheap. I've got my top 10 drugstore favorites that won't break the bank. And trust me when I say that these are perfect for glowing, gorgeous skin, 50 and beyond. So let's jump in. So we're going to start off with the kind of heavy hitters, I feel, which are really the base products. And we're going to start off the whole look with the e.l.f. Power Grip Priming Gel. So this is a gel-based primer that's infused with hyaluronic acid, and it's silicone-free and fragrance-free, and it's just fantastic. It kind of has a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to applying it because ultimately it literally just feels like you're applying honey, but you just put kind of a thin layer all over the face, the clean face, obviously, and you just kind of just sort of smooth that around. But let me tell you when I say that if you want your makeup to stay in place, then you want a gripping primer. And the beauty of this is being that it does have the hyaluronic acid and that it's silicone free. So there's going to be no caking, there's going to be no bunching. And with the hyaluronic, it's hydrating as well as clinging onto your makeup. So you apply a thin layer and let it sit for 30 seconds. That's the key, because then it's going to get nice and tacky for the second base product. Let's do the next product and start off with this is the Marcel Flawless Foundation, and this is just like perfect for mature skin. It is gentle on the skin with vitamin C and vitamin E. It has hyaluronic acid and it gives the most beautiful, natural looking finish, like that whole second skin look. So I'm just going to show you and apply. Of course, it is non-comedogenic. It is also fragrant free and has no parabens added. So just a good couple of dabs, and the way I like to apply it is with a dampened beauty blender and then just kind of tap it on. I also find this just gives the most natural sort of skin look to it, but you could equally just apply it on to the different parts of your face, and then you could blend that with your fingers, or you could do a brush, however you like to actually blend your foundation. But you will see that it is absolutely beautiful. And the fact that it has the vitamin C and E and the hyaluronic acid, I mean, it just is hydrating again on top of that. And you can see how well it pairs with the e.l.f. Gripping Primer. Look, it just went on absolutely flawless. It took no length of time to kind of blend that out. And I think it just looks flawless and just blended, but it's just gorgeous. And it has a little bit of a satin finish, if I dare say. And I'm not mad about that because it kind of keeps the skin looking really hydrated and youthful. It's definitely a chef's kiss. Let's go number 3, which is my third favorite drugstore product. And this is one of my ride or dies for sure, since I've actually come across it years and years ago. And no big surprise, it is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is a creamy, blendable concealer that really does not cake, and it blends so nicely with the actual Marcel foundation. And it just, again, just gives a beautiful natural finish while helping to kind of brighten the areas that we want. And like I said, just doesn't kind of cake up or bunch. So I couldn't say anything more positive about this concealer. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And so I am using my Nikki LaRose number 16, which I absolutely love. And you will see how it just helps to kind of really blend, or how it blends in so nicely, how it plays so beautifully with the Marcel foundation, but it really just kind of helps to brighten the under eye area. And really, I mean, on top of everything else, it just doesn't cake and it doesn't settle into fine lines and wrinkles. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. Again, another heavy hitter as far as the actual base products. And I mean, you couldn't go wrong. I think it happens to be one, if not the number one drugstore selling concealer. It's definitely in the top three. But again, you can see there's no filters. I shoot with my iPhone 14 Pro Max and iMovie. There's no fancy filters here. This is just my au naturel skin. So you can see it definitely is not aging. It's brightening, blendable, creamy, and again, it's a totally buildable concealer as well if you needed a little bit more coverage. Of course, my fourth favorite drugstore product, and again, this is a Marcel, and why I love Marcel products so much is because their formulas are absolutely brilliant. They're all chocked with hyaluronic acid, they have infused vitamins in them, and in this particular one, this eye bronzer, it's made for fair skin, so aside of the fact that it's like got the perfect formula, it's also the perfect color, and it's basically made for sensitive skin, so won't cause any irritation. This is absolutely beautiful. It's totally under the radar bronzer as far as drugstore bronzers go. So I'm just going to do that to give my skin just a little bit of warmth. And we're just going to tap it on, and what I love best about this is that it just gives a sort of a very warm sort of look to your skin, but never looks muddy, and it never looks orange, and it just goes on absolutely so beautifully and does a great job of just kind of like bronzing up and warming the face, especially when you are so fair, because it is really, really hard to find a good bronzer that doesn't make your skin look too orange or too muddy. And this one is absolutely beautiful. A complete favorite. Okay, so the fifth product, no big surprise here. We seem to be on a little bit of a tangent, but the fifth product will be the cheek color, and that is one of my drugstore favorites currently. It is the Marcel Flawless Cream Blush. This blush gives you a radiant sort of look, that kind of radiant blush from within. Feeling is not greasy. It's never heavy. It's very, very blendable. And again, the formulas are just so perfectly made for mature skin because it is that cream to satin finish. And I have to say, every single time, this color, by the way, is raspberry. Let me just swatch it out for you. This formula is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, it gives you that sort of radiant within look without feeling greasy. And look at that beautiful sort of satin finish. Like I said, in the color raspberry. Absolutely beautiful. Marcel nails these formulas. Like nails them. No fragrance. No parabens. Just like gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Look at that. Look at how she just blends out to that cream to satin. Okay, let's go with product number 6 on my top 10 drugstore hits. So this one is not directly purchased from your local drugstore, but it is definitely drugstore prices, and I think it would be amiss not to include ColourPop, and in particular the ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadows. They are amazing because most of them are a cream to powder formula. They come in all different, colors and ranges of finishes like mattes, satins, metallics, glitters. This one obviously a beautiful metallic. It's called Set to Stun. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I will just kind of swatch it for you here. And I think when you apply it to the eyes, it's kind of a one and done type of eyeshadow. And if you want that additional pop and long lasting ability, then you would just use a beautiful primer. But the best way to apply it is literally just with your fingers. And like I said, I just think it is just so pretty. They average around about $5 to $7 Canadian. And I think, like I said, they're just kind of a one and done, especially if you just want a simple look to kind of go out the door. But they are just beautiful, very, very pigmented with lots of variety and a really great price point. Okay, so the next product that we should talk about is product number 7, and this is a very well-loved drugstore product. It's Essence Lash Princess. It's the sculpted volume with the curved brush. I think it just deposits really great color. It's just a solid mascara for the price point, so let me apply that. Right, so just going to apply that. All right, and I do find at the beginning that it is a very wet formula, but the nice thing about the wet formulas when you use with care is that over the next, month to 2 months, it's going to kind of dry down and it becomes a beautiful, beautiful wearable mascara. And like I said, for like $4.99 Canadian, you really just can't go wrong with this mascara. I feel that it rivals mascaras 3 times the price. Okay, so product number 8 is got to be this one. This is another Marcel because I think you see the pattern in this video, but Marcel just has like the top notch, like awesome formulas for certainly mature skin and definitely people that have sensitive skin. And I am also one of those people that have very sensitive eyes. My eyes often like water and get irritated very easily if there's too many chemicals around them. So for eyeliners, the Marcel Cold Eyeliner in the color Nude, I think is absolutely perfect because it has a smooth application. It's a very long-lasting formula and of course helps to brighten the eyes without looking too harsh. So I'll apply that. Anyways, if you've watched my videos before, you've seen me. I use this one in Nude all the time because it gives that really bright eye look. It's just now part of my makeup routine that I just can't go with. We're getting down to the finish. We're going to do the lips to just finish off this everyday look. And of course, it is the Marcel, but this time it is the Marcel Waterproof Lip Liner in the color Berry Rose. I'm just going to swatch it for you. This is, again, just an unbelievable, beautiful, beautiful formula that is just gives the most velvety touch, and it's easy to blend over the lips if you want to use sort of like this as your lip liner and then your lip color, but it never feathers, and like I said, it's waterproof. So let me show you that. You can just see like how effortless it is just to put on the lips as it really just glides. And the best part is, of course, that it is waterproof. So that's a huge bonus to its lasting abilities. And I think it just couldn't look any prettier. Number 10 on my list of my top 10 drugstore favorites of all time would have to be the L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick. This is in the color 800, which is Nudist Nude. It is this pale pink with kind of a hint of caramel, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. The only downside that I'll say to this is, unlike a lot of the other products I've used today, this unfortunately is not fragrance free. So I would really just prefer that makeup companies, especially when it comes to the lip products or anything around the eyes, prefer to just like make it fragrance free. But I do absolutely love the color, and it's the perfect like finish to this look. There you have it. I really hope that you guys really enjoyed these top 10 drugstore hits. I just feel that the formulas, the coloring, and the application, the wearability, and the pigmentation really help to enhance the more mature skin. And let's be real, there's not a single product here that would break the bank. And I think that you will agree the finished product is absolutely soft and ethereal and so pretty and just so everyday related. And there you have it. That's my top 10 drugstore's favorite products that basically keep you looking radiant without breaking the bank. Just remember, beauty doesn't doesn't have to be expensive to look fabulous, especially over 50. I wish you all an absolutely amazing week ahead. Take care.